Salutations everyone, and welcome to What Mattered, the show where I tell you what mattered in the news this week. Not everything makes the cut of what mattered, only what's really important. It's National Penguin Day! So this week we have a lot of video game leaks and some early information about upcoming movies. As many of you might have seen yesterday, since it was on every website ever for a long time, we have our first picture of Jared Leto as the Joker, and we got this. Now, we have seen like a lot of fan art and Photoshop of like, what's he gonna look like? Oh, is he gonna look like this and this or this or this or this or this? And usually, actually every time that we've seen someone have a mock-up of what Jared Leto would look like as a Joker, he always, looked like the Joker. Not this. What is this? It looks like a Juggalo Joker, a Jokalo fanboy, that instead of falling in a vat of acid, fell in a vat of Hot Topic. Or no, you know what? That actually gives this too much credit. It fell in a vat of Spencer's Gifts, because at least Hot Topic is much more well lit than it used to be. I don't know what they think they are appealing to. It looks like this was a lot of ideas just thrown together, and then this is just what ended up. Because, one person doesn't come up with this. I'm usually not one to judge and flip out on something so early and seemingly arbitrary, but the Joker is the greatest villain of all time, let's be honest. And regardless of what you think about previous Joker performances, another Joker, while, maybe too soon removed from, the Oscar-winning performance of Heath Ledger, it was gonna happen eventually. And he could have a different take on it, as Heath did, as Jack did, and as we've seen Mark Hamill do for decades now. But this doesn't say Joker to me. This looks like a Joker fanboy, like someone in the DCU is just like, oh my god, I love the Joker, he's amazing, look, I got these ha 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 tattoos, because this is not the Joker would not have tattoos, let alone tattoos like this. Like, who's tattooing the Joker? And he's got he's super self-aware of himself and his image, so he's got to have ha 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 and a Cheshire Cat smile on. Damaged. I mean, come on. It looks like a board of 80-year-old men were like, what can we do to appeal to the young people? I mean, because this Joker looks like it was made up by a 21-year-old girl, and will only appeal to 21-year-old girls, because ooh, he's sexy, ooh, he's damaged, ooh, he's got tattoos, ooh, he's fat. And it's no. In other pertinent movie news that won't make you feel like crap, we have some information about Star Wars Rogue One, the first spin-off film that will be coming out next December. There's going to be a new Star Wars movie every year. They're going to do this, one of the new trilogy, and then a spin-off, and then a second one, and then a spin-off, and then a third one, and then a spin-off, and then who knows what from there. But we finally have some information about what Rogue One will be about. It will be taking place between episodes 3 and episodes 4. So that's between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, between the two trilogies. And it is about a group of rebels trying to steal the Death Star plans, much like we saw in Attack of the Clones with Geonosia, or was that Revenge of the Sith? I don't know, I haven't seen them recently. But they're trying to steal the Death Star plans, and obviously they fail. But this sort of storyline gives the creative minds that be much more freedom. They said there's no clear-cut bad guys or clear-cut good guys. It's a group of rebels, so no Jedis, no Siths, most likely, because it's just Vader and Palpatine at this point. And, we know that they fail. Obviously, but it's going to be much more of a war, it's Star Wars after all. There was some teaser footage from the Disney Celebration thing on Sunday or Monday, and some people have seen it. I don't think it's really that relevant right now because it's just concept art and stuff at this point, but That's a pretty, I can deal with that for a spin-off. That could be pretty cool, even though we know that they're gonna lose. How are they gonna lose? It's much like, Halo Reach. We know shit's gonna be shit by the end of the game, but how do we get there? So that's kind of cool. Felicity Jones is in a starring role, and she will be playing a rebel. That much has been confirmed, and it's coming out in December of next year, so probably by the end of this year we'll know a little bit more, and probably, some sort of trailer a year from now. And in comic book movie news, it looks like the search for the new Peter Parker has been narrowed down to 5 actors. Nat Wolff from The Fault in Our Stars and the upcoming Paper Towns movie, Asa Butterfield from Ender's Game, Tom Holland from The Impossible, Timothy Chalamet from Homeland and Interstellar, and Liam James from The Way, Way Back. Now, if I know the internet, and I think I do, the first comment is going to be, geez, all white people. Because that's just the day and age we live right now, where everything white is just evil, inherently. I'm evil. Don't even watch this video. 5 young actors, they said that they were going young. Not as young as they might look, or you might remember them. All of them are at least 18, except for Chalamet is 19 and Nat Wolff is 20. But they all, outside of Nat, they all look older than you remember. So you feel like, oh my gosh, the kids look super young. It's like, no, Asa isn't that young anymore. Kid from The Impossible doesn't look that young anymore. They're all at least 18. And, I'm not a big fan of many of these choices. Like, while I liked Nat Wolff in Fault in Our Stars, and I hope he does a good job in Paper Towns, he doesn't look like a Peter Parker to me, and I don't know if he's, got what it takes to be a superhero. While I did like Liam James in The Way, Way Back because he had to play a shitty kid who got a little better, and he pulled that off really well, I don't know if he can do a superhero. Asa Butterfield, I think, is the best choice out of these 5. I don't recognize the other 2. I mean, I did see Interstellar, and he played Matthew McConaughey's kid in younger form. But I really haven't seen the acting chops from those guys. Out of these 5, I know Asa Butterfield is the best actor out of those 5s. And if you don't like his stone-faced Ender's Game role, that's because that's what he was supposed to play, and he did it well. While the movie wasn't fantastic, and the book people are the kid can act, and he's 18 now, he looks much older, he looked like he could be a Peter Parker. So out of the 5, he definitely has my vote. He looks the part, he can act, and I mean, he's got the right build for it. Like, he's not like super duper tall, or super buff and big, and he doesn't look like some jock. He looks like he could pull off a Peter Parker in high school or college. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going high school. They haven't officially said, but like all the documents and leaks and stuff point towards, trying to get Spider-Man as young as they possibly can and have him in high school. He's supposed to, have that appearance in Civil War, which still hasn't been confirmed, but what else is he going to show up in before his own movie in 2017? We don't know at this point, but we do know they're gonna have to cast him soon because shooting for Civil War starts, pretty soon. And thanks to a leak from a survey and was posted on Reddit, we finally might have some actual information about the new Mass Effect game, which BioWare hasn't told us jack shit about outside of the fact that we're playing another human and it has nothing to do with the Shepard storyline. Well, there's this thing posted on Reddit. This dude said he took a survey and he listed like all of the questions about like, how would you feel if the new Mass Effect game had this or this and this and this and this? And it sounds pretty legit. Tonally, it sounds like, something, someone from a game developer would make. It seems like too much of a work for some random Redditor to make up by themselves and then delete their account. So it seems pretty legit, especially with the, with what's included in this survey. They said that you're playing a human in the Andromeda Galaxy that is far removed in space and time from the Shepard storyline. So we'll never figure out what color destroyed the universe, canonically. Because it's just so far away from that it doesn't really affect what's going on in this series, which is what we expected and makes sense. Even though we don't know how they got to the Andromeda Galaxy, because mass relays have... Anyway, you play a human trying to find another human colony for the future of humanity to prosper, and once again you stumble upon some old extinct race of aliens technology, only this time around instead of the Protheans, they're called the Remnant. So still, a pretty, cheesy, cliche name for an extinct alien race that has a technology that's important. But anyways, you are taken in the Helios cluster, and there is a race to find the secret to this alien technology because they'll have all the power and whatever. So I guess like other people are after this technology too. So while it's not going to break the bank on an original storyline, it is still Mass Effect and it is still BioWare. I think the Mass Effect trilogy was the best new IP from the last generation of consoles, and I am super psyched for the next Mass Effect, and they haven't given us any information, from the source, but it looks like thanks to this Reddit post, we might have some insight on, what the game is actually going to be about. They also did mention multiplayer, for one of those of you wondering. They said increased difficulty waves coming at you, 4-player. Sounds exactly like the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, which it should, because that shit ain't broken, don't fix it. It's already perfect outside of like RNG, and there should be more gold viable characters. Anyway, it did say increasingly difficult waves, which it sounds more like a marketing thing than it being true, because technically they aren't increasingly difficult waves in the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, but it's still something that a marketer would say to advertise such a game mode. So it sounds like the multiplayer isn't being changed, and we hopefully will have some information about E3 time to confirm and or deny this. And lastly, the Black Ops 3 leaks that we know are legit because of them from promotional material sent to GameStops, and the official reveal trailer or whatever they're doing is happening tomorrow. And, all the GameStops have to have all the stuff, ready for it. So we know all of this stuff is true. It's promotional stuff. It's got their name plastered all over it. It's Black Ops 3, which we already knew. They showed out the that Ember trailer, which actually was pretty cool. It told me nothing about, the multiplayer or anything that I care about or anyone should care about, but tonally, that sounds, pretty cool. It sounds rather accurate of what a future depiction of the future would be like advertising-wise, technology-wise, sports-wise. It sounded pretty spot on and an accurate depiction of what the near future could look like with technology. And, that was a pretty cool teaser. It set the tone for the universe that Black Ops 3 is going to be taking place in. And I actually liked it, even though it told me nothing about the game, and ultimately no one's going to care about the campaign come December because we only care about multiplayer. Let's be honest, guys, we only care about the multiplayer. So with the promotional material, we learned a lot of information about Black Ops 3, multiplayer-wise, which was what matters. Sounds like the exosuits are coming back because they have advanced movements with thruster jumps and strafes and mantling, and it sounds like exosuits. A lot of people love just like, oh my gosh, they're copying Advanced Warfare, and either it doesn't matter if people liked or disliked Advanced Warfare, they're gonna say, oh, they copied it, and it's like, people, do you think that they made this game in the last couple months? No, they've been working on this game for 3 years. They had no idea what Advanced Warfare was gonna be. So don't think for a second that the newest COD has ever copied the COD before it, because that's just not how game development works. It doesn't take 3 months to make a new Call of Duty. That's just not how it works. But unfortunately, I am in that camp that doesn't like the hippity hoppity bippity boppity Super Mario Frogger jumping all over the place craziness that were the exosuits in Advanced War. Even though I didn't play it, I just like, that's not Call of Duty, dude. It sounds like something like that is going to be coming to Black Ops 3, which sucks. They said they make the maps from the ground up, which makes it sound more vertical and more campy and more Titanfall-ish, and it's like, that's not Call of Duty, guys. Treyarch, come on. You're our last hope, guys. They also hinted at some more RPG-esque elements, which I hate. They said that while you're leveling up your guns and getting your perks, you're also leveling up character-specific characteristics. It's like, why are they doing this to our... It's not broken, guys. Don't fix it until it is broken. With all of this, like, supply drop nonsense with these rare guns that are OP, and now you have abilities, and like, I understand from a developer and advertising perspective, every new Call of Duty has to have new stuff to make people excited, even though what worked in the past would still work. I understand from a stupid corporate point of view that you gotta make it new and exciting and blah 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 blah, and near future games are still popular, even though you're gonna have a lot of people saying go back to World War II. You're gonna have some people like, no, that was boring, go to the future, go further in the future. It's just, you're not gonna be able to please 30% of the people out there, especially the Call of Duty fan base. So, it's, I mean, hopefully our crazy thoughts of this game being more like the shitty CODs of the past will be tapered down once we learn and see more about this game, but overall we have a lot of reasons to worry, especially since this is Treyarch. This is your last shot, COD, to get me back as well as a lot of other people. Anywho, that is what mattered this week. If you would like to know what matters in the future, you can hit the subscribe button. One of these comes out every single Saturday. And hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time.